We've still got some CES videos to churn out, but today I'm jumping in with a more traditional video for this channel because of some truly amazing stuff going on at Tesla. You see, earlier today, Tesla's market cap hit $100 billion. That makes it the second most valuable automaker in the world, ahead of Volkswagen and its $99.8 billion, and only trailing behind Toyota. And just to put this into context, General Motors has a market cap of about $50 billion, Ford has a market cap of around $36.5 billion, Nissan has a market cap of $22.5 billion, and Honda has a market cap of just over $48 billion. Every single one of the companies I've just mentioned produces far more vehicles every year than Tesla, showcasing just how valuable the electric automaker, energy company, now is. And unless something crazy happens before the end of today, there's a pretty big likelihood that we're going to see Tesla's share price skyrocket to over $600 per share. And a note to those who say that, well, the stock market's doing pretty well right now. Yes, but Tesla's doing better than the general trend. Since the opening of Tesla's Chinese factory at the end of 2019, and then the commencement of Chinese-made, Chinese market Model 3 deliveries, Tesla's been on a pretty big roll. The expansion of Tesla's production base and the elimination of all of those pesky tariffs and exchange rates that Tesla had to previously deal with in order to export cars to China to sell has really helped the company's bottom line. Add to that the record-breaking year it just closed, delivering nearly 368,000 cars, 50% more than the previous year. And as I noted at the start of this year, I think we should no longer consider Tesla a startup company. But the real reason that share price is so high today? Well, I think that's pretty simple. Tesla looks ready to start deliveries of a Model Y next month, and according to a handful of anonymous reservation holders who've been contacted by their local Tesla stores to arrange delivery, we should see customer handovers starting within 1 or 2 weeks. If you've been paying attention to the news, this won't come as a surprise. There have been hints now for months that Tesla has already been way ahead of its original late 2020 production launch for Model Y. And back in October, as part of its third quarter earnings report, Tesla actually admitted that it was a lot closer to series production for Model Y than it had originally planned. We've seen more and more Model Ys appear on the roads of California, and in some cases, more remote areas of the US, presumably undergoing final testing ahead of production. And the vehicles that have been tested, I would assume, at this point, are pre-production validation models. Then last week, the Tesla Model Y Performance all-wheel drive variant, the most expensive Model Y yet, appeared on the California Air Resource Board database. It's an essential step towards being legal for sale in California and other ZEV states, that's US states, which follow California's zero-emission vehicle mandate. At about the same time, Model Y also popped up on the NHTSA VIN decoding tool, proving that those who say their deliveries are imminent aren't just making this up. This is all further backed up by the analyst from Deutsche Bank who, back at the end of last year, said in an investor note that they believed Tesla would begin deliveries in Q1. It's all coming to fruition. When so many people are saying the same thing, it's certainly looking like it's true. This early start of Model Y production is the real reason I think Tesla has been enjoying such a positive share price. While Tesla originally planned to announce Model Y back in 2018, for a production start sometime last year, it smartly pushed back the reveal event to last spring, when it stated we'd see cars in customer hands by the end of 2020. But Tesla has managed to beat that and its own predictions made in October last year, which promised series production would start this summer, making Model Y the first Tesla to enter production less than 12 months after its initial reveal. For Tesla, that feat is incredibly important because it proves to investors that Tesla can behave like other automakers and bring a car to market very swiftly after it's revealed. Just think about this for a second. While some automakers take longer than a year to go from concept to production, in fact it's fairly common in fact. Anywhere from 18 months to 3 years or even longer can get you from initial sketches to finished vehicle. It usually takes between 6 months and a year to get from the finalised design and vehicle reveal to actual market release. Tesla, a company that once struggled to meet its own goals and which famously delayed production launches of Model S, X, 3, and yeah, come to think of it, even the original Roadster, is now proving it can hit the market in time, in the time it promised, or even better. And that's, for an investor, an incredibly important thing because it allows the investor to see products being made and thus a much better potential for continued profit which they, of course, are able to benefit from. Initial Model Y deliveries are expected in the US and Canada in the next few weeks, at least if we piece together information from Reddit, Twitter and other sources, but not, I should note, Elon Musk, who, let's face it, has been a little preoccupied in the last few days with the SpaceX Crew Dragon test flights. And while none of these sources can be cross-checked and ultimately verified, it certainly does appear that the first cars delivered will be high-end Model Y dual-motor performance examples, which is no surprise there as that's what we were all expecting, followed by long-range all-wheel drive and then long-range. Looking at Tesla's Model Y page, there are some discrepancies though in the information there. It currently says production is expected to begin late next year on the bottom of the page, and elsewhere Tesla notes that standard range production is expected to begin early 2021. Which is a fun thing to note when right now there's no rear-wheel drive standard range listed anywhere on the site. And if I'm honest, if I have to guess, we're going to see it follow Model 3 and just offer standard range plus instead. Either way though, if you're in the market for a long-range EV with a hatchback rear and you've got enough money in the bank, a Model Y does now look like it certainly should be on your list of cars to consider if you're in North America or China. Elsewhere, I'm guessing you'll have a fairly large wait to get your hands on one. My final thought, pushing Model Y ahead so far in its production is not just good news for Model Y fans, but everyone who's ordered Cybertruck. While I don't expect Cybertruck to be as easy to bring to market as Model Y because Model Y is based on Model 3 tech, a production vehicle, already, it's exciting to imagine what would happen if Tesla could bring Cybertruck to market much earlier than it initially promised, even if, like me, you're not a fan of the design. Don't you agree? That's it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.